Well, this Friday will be the last day of classes for a lot of high school students. Several districts are confronting the decision about whether to have in-person graduations or not. Today, Gaffney High School announced they would allow students and families to have graduation in person. They've scheduled it for May 28th. Other districts say they're still weighing the risk factors, but not every school system is the same. Fox Carolina's Matt Kaufax live tonight outside the Greenville County School District. And that district, Matt, we understand, still kind of trying to make a decision right now.
Yeah, that's right, Cody. They're still exploring their options. They tell me that the decision really isn't easy, but when I spoke to leaders here at the district office earlier, they also told me that their unique situation, because they are one of the most, if not the most populous school system in the Upstate, puts them in sort of, this limbo area where they have to look at other options other systems may not. Meanwhile, other school systems like Cherokee County, Gaffney High in particular, which you mentioned, are saying that they are taking safety very seriously. Gaffney High Principal Eric Gerstenacker says after a long decision process, they're doing it.
It was an option we looked at from the very beginning, but just had to work a lot of logistics to see if that was even going to be possible. And it was, chosen by the seniors here at Gaffney High School.
He says May 28th is going to look a lot different than graduations of the past.
One thing is limited tickets, so each graduate is going to have the opportunity to have 2 guests. We actually looked at the square footage of our stadium to be sure that we'd be able to accommodate with the social distancing.
Gerstenacker also says the school has issued limited parking passes, will have sanitizing stations, and will be taking temperatures on entry.
It's been determined that if they are running a fever of over 100 degrees, then they would not be allowed to come in.
Right now, masks are optional, but will be provided to students. He says the last step of actually handing out diplomas will be addressed in a meeting this Friday.
We're trying to balance the wishes of parents and their students with some of the safety factors that we have to keep in mind.
Tim Waller with Greenville County says their surveys of parents and students indicate a desire for in-person as well, but they have their own problems.
In Greenville County, the football stadiums, for example, tend to be smaller than some of the surrounding districts.
They are also the most populous district in the Upstate, so the math doesn't work out.
Students would not be able to bring even 2 family members. One of the options we're exploring right now would be a very large venue like Bon Secours Wellness Center.
The bottom line, safety is priority 1, and time is of the essence. So obviously decisions need to be made. Waller tells me that Greenville County does expect to reach a decision either by late this week, the end of this week, he says, or early next week at the maximum time window for them. Meanwhile, in Cherokee County with Gaffney, they say that one of the ideas they're tossing around is potentially leaving diplomas on the table for students to pick up from a safe social distance. They say that the recommendation as of now is no person-to-person contact, so that's something they'll take with them into the meeting this Friday. In Greenville, Matt Kaufax, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.